welcome back to my channel. My name's Annabelle, and today I'm gonna do a story time about my first and only car accident. So let's just jump right in and do it. So in one of my earlier videos, I made a video all about Sam, my yellow 2002 Volkswagen Beetle. Sam was an amazing car. Sam was absolutely destroyed in this car accident, as you can see in the thumbnail. She's gone. Like, I no longer have Sam. She is at a junkyard and she's gone. She was absolutely destroyed in this car accident. The car accident was not my fault. However, because of this car accident, I was voted worst female driver for my high school. So, and the reason why, we'll get to that, because there is a reason why I was voted worst, because I'm not the only person at my school to be in a car accident. So to start, I work and go to school about 30 minutes away from where I live. So I went to school that day, everything was normal, and this was early November, so it's currently February. Early November, my life just really went downhill in November. November of 2019 was not the month for me. But early November, I had gone to school, everything was fine. I went to work, everything was fine. And on the way home from work, I decided to stop at McDonald's. McDonald's is about 5 minutes from my house. Like, you go to McDonald's, you go down to Main Street, then you go up this really big hill, and I live at the very top of this hill. Well, you turn off on another street, and then I live at the end of that street on top of this hill. So I was going to McDonald's, I was pulling out onto the main road, and I look over, or I look in front of me, and there's shattered glass everywhere, and I'm like, okay. And then I see some shoes, and I'm like, okay. And then I hear a bunch of honking, and I hear just honking, like there was so much honking. And I was going about 40 down this road, 35, 40, and the car in front of me just stopped, and I did not have much time to react. I was about 3 car lengths behind this guy, but I did not have enough time to stop. I slammed on my brakes. It was raining, it was dark, there was not much street light, and I crashed into the back of his car. And when I crashed into the back of his car, I was like, oh my god, like I just caused a wreck. Like, and so I was freaking out. My seatbelt was on, thankfully. I do not drive without my seatbelt. I'm a good driver. And I like bruised my collarbone really badly. And then another car from behind me swerved over and pulled over like right next to me. I was like, okay, they're coming to help me, they're coming to help the person that I hit. And then I look behind the car, and behind the car is a body, is a guy. I'm like, oh crap, like I just freaking killed someone. He was not alive, he was not moving, this guy was dead. And I really thought that this guy came flying out of the car that was in front of me that I hit, and I just started crying. I was screaming. So I'm 17, I'm a high school student. The car that was next to me was also a 17-year-old girl, another high school student at a different high school. She got out of her car, I got out of my car, we were both crying, we were just hugging each other, and we realized pretty quickly what happened. An older gentleman got out of the truck that I hit that was in front of me and said that the guy that was next to my car dead, he just appeared in the middle of the road. There was nothing he could do, and he hit him. I did not hit the guy at all. I hit the truck, and the 17-year-old girl that was next to me, she ran over him again. So no one knows really who killed him, or, you know, if he was still alive a little bit after that. But like when I hit him, okay, let me reword this around here, woo, of the damage that my mom took when she got there. It was so scary and so surreal, and I just, like, I'm a bad driver. Like, I am a really bad driver. I have a really bad reaction to, okay, I'm not a terrible driver, like, I won't say that, but I could be better. I speed. I don't run traffic lights. I've run a couple, but like, I'm pretty good when it comes to traffic lights, and I always wear my seatbelt. Before this accident, I always wore my seatbelt. After this accident, this only makes me wear my seatbelt even more, even when I'm a passenger in someone else's car. Like when I'm driving, I have to wear a seatbelt. Usually if I'm in someone else's car, I don't like have that automatic response to put one on, but now especially like it happens just like that, and just like that you can be dead, and it just goes to show. A paramedic came to check me out and he said if I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, God knows, like, because it bruised my collarbone up, and it was a very, very big impact. Like I crushed my boobs, like I was black and blue all over my chest. It was weird to like look at, but it, you know, anything can happen so quickly. So I just drive cautiously, always pay attention, always wear your seatbelt, because anything can happen. Okay, so the black truck in front of me hit the guy. Then right after I hit the black truck, and then after I hit the truck, the car that was behind me, it was this 4-door van type thing that she was driving, she swerved and ran over him with all 4 of her tires again. So, you know, we don't know who killed him. You know, people make jokes still, and like, I get it. It doesn't really bother me saying that I killed the guy, you know, jokes. I know it's not really something to joke about, but you know, we're teenagers, dark humor. But that, we all had to go to the hospital and we had to get blood drawn to make sure none of us were high or drunk or under the influence of anything. Thankfully none of us were. We were all sober, thank goodness. And it was just, it was honestly one of the scariest instances of my life. That was my very first car wreck, and very first car wreck, of course, I was driving. Very first car wreck, of course, someone passed away. And it was so traumatic. Like, I'm still pretty messed up from it. Like, I have a lot of issues, which I'm sure I will get into in later videos, but just to see him, like, he was the first thing I saw after I hit that car. I hit his car, and I was like, crap. Like, I just got in a car wreck, I just destroyed my car. I look over, I see a body, I'm like, oh no, like, this just got, like, so real. Like, oh my gosh, it really messed me up. I'm still messed up, I'm sure. She is. The old guy, bless his heart, he was a mess, because, you know, he's the one that hit the guy, and he's gonna live with that for the rest of his life, and I can only imagine how he must feel, what he must still be going through. Like, he was probably about 60, 65, and it takes a second for a car accident to happen. It takes a second for anything to happen. Literally 1 second, I was on my way home with McDonald's. The next second, there was a man and he had been killed. My car was destroyed. The guy's truck was destroyed. Like, and I'll show some pictures. It was so scary and so surreal, and I just, like, I'm a bad driver. Like, I am a really bad driver. I have a really, really bad reaction to, okay, I'm not a terrible driver, like, I won't say that, but I could be better. I speed. I don't run traffic lights. I've run a couple, but like, I'm pretty good when it comes to traffic lights, and I always wear my seatbelt. Before this accident, I always wore my seatbelt. After this accident, this only makes me wear my seatbelt even more, even when I'm a passenger in someone else's car. Like, when I'm driving, I have to wear a seatbelt. Usually if I'm in someone else's car, I don't like have that automatic response to put one on, but now, especially, like, it happens just like that. And just like that, you can be dead, and it just goes to show. A paramedic came to check me out, and he said if I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, God knows, like, because it bruised my collarbone up, and it was a very, very big impact. Like, I crushed my boobs, like, I was black and blue all over my chest. It was weird to like look at, but it, you know, anything can happen so quickly. So I just drive cautiously, always pay attention, always wear your seatbelt, because anything can happen.